Hello, I'm Helen Bradley. Welcome to this video tutorial on workspaces in Photoshop. If you're unsure what a workspace in Photoshop is, it's the layout of the screen. You get a series of workspaces that are shipped with Photoshop, and each one of them is sort of designed to work with you to give you the tools you need where you need them to be. So this is the painting workspace. There's one for 3D, there's one for photography, for example. Now, chances are that none of these workspaces is actually going to be perfect for you. So I'm going to show you how to make your own workspace. I'm going to start with Essentials because Essentials gives me a sort of good place to start. So what I'm going to do is start putting into a single panel because that's how I like things to be nice and neat on the screen. I'm going to put into a single panel each of the tools that I want to work with. So I'm just rearranging them. And if I see a panel that I don't want, let's just find one that I don't want. Well, I don't want the graphics one, so let's go and grab that. So I'm going to take this libraries one. I'm going to bring it over here and I'm going to close it because I want to close it but not everything else. And so I'm just going to bring my layers in here and then my channels, and I can reorder these as I want. So I can just pop in anything that I want. I can also add panels. So if, for example, I wanted character styles, then I can come and get character styles and I can drop it into my panel. And I could do paragraph styles as well, or I could just close that. So I'm just going to be determining what I want and where I want it in the arrangement. Now, once I've got everything sorted out, now I like a double panel here. So I'm going to do a double panel of tools, and I like my tools to float. So I'm going to just float them. So having done this, if this is a design I want, then I'm going to the Workspaces panel here and I'm going to choose New Workspace. And so I'm going to type a name for this. So I'll call this YouTube because it's the one I'm using for my YouTube video. And I'm just going to select Keyboard Shortcuts, Menus and Toolbar and click Save. So now I can get to this workspace here by just selecting it. So let's actually go and select something different. Let's go to Painting. And let's say that we were in the painting workspace and we managed to somewhat destroy it. But we want to get back to the painting workspace. Well, we can click here on the workspace tool and choose Reset Painting, and that takes it back to what it looked like. Let's go to our YouTube one. We'll just select it from the list, and our entire screen rearranges to show the tools and everything in position where we wanted it to be. Now, if you want to make changes to this one, for example, I might say, well, I don't really want these two panels, so I'm just going to get rid of them. And so this is what I want my YouTube workspace to be. I'll click the drop-down list and there is no option for updating the YouTube one. So what I have to do is just look and see how it's spelled, and I'm going to choose New Workspace. And I'm going to type in YouTube exactly the same way as it was spelled in the list, and I'm going to make my selection, so I'll click Save, and all of a sudden Photoshop's going, wait a minute, you already have one called this, and I'm going, yes, well, that's exactly right, I want to replace it. So you can just click Yes. And so now the YouTube workspace will be what we're seeing here. And you can always check by just clicking Reset YouTube, and that will set it back to the default arrangement when you actually created this workspace. Now you'll find workspaces actually named in older versions of Photoshop. It should be on the toolbar here. You can also get to them by choosing Window and then Workspace, and exactly the same tools are available here. Having a workspace preset with exactly what you want where you want it is a major time saver in Photoshop. It just means that you can get all your tools into position instantaneously by choosing your workspace. I hope you've enjoyed this video. I hope that you've learned things about Photoshop of which you were previously unaware. If you like this video, please give it a thumbs up and click the subscribe button and you'll be alerted when new videos are released. I'm Helen Bradley. Thank you for joining me for this video tutorial.